lastly, we can see here, we've looked at justification, then adoption, then in our lifelong experience is sanctification, and then we get glorification. Look at verse 14, which we just read. The Spirit is our guarantee or down payment of our inheritance until we acquire full possession of it to the praise of His glory. That means that there is a day. I know you know this, but just remind yourself of this in a dark world, in the struggles that you have, in the difficulties against the flesh, in all of the hopelessness that surrounds you in the world and the lies that barrage against your soul. Just remind yourself of this. There's a day coming when you receive the full inheritance of everything God could possibly give. It's coming. It's definite. It's sure. It's promised. And it'll be glorious. So it's coming. But this glorification is the technical word we use for it. Glorification, when we enter into full glory, it comes in, what I'll give us is 3 steps. First of all is your death. Death is your next step closer to getting your glorified body back. Okay, you may not think of it as good news, but the Christian's death is sweet and dear in the eyes of God, and it will be in yours also. To be able to leave this body behind in the dirt, and immediately, the Bible tells us, to be away from the body is to be present with Jesus. So none of this soul sleep business. Your death ushers you into the spiritual presence of Jesus. That's the first stepping stone towards your glorification. The second part of glorification is when your actual body gets glorified or resurrected in full, perfect beauty so that it is like Jesus' resurrected body, and we're just not entirely sure what that encapsulates. Can it walk through walls like Jesus did? Maybe. Can it eat broiled fish like Jesus did? Yes, it can eat. Can it fly? Don't know. He flew out of here. We don't know exactly what it'll be like, but the point is not what it will be. The point is, it'll be awesome. It'll be glorious. It'll be the full possession of all the promises of God. Now, at that point, that happens when Jesus comes back. So you die, you go to heaven, and for all of history, Christians who believe in Him die, our bodies remain here, our souls go to be with Him, and then at some point in the future, in God's appointed time, Jesus comes back to earth with the souls of all that have died and gone to Him, and all of the Christians on earth are zapped up to Him into the sky, and so are the bodies of the dead saints back up into the sky. And in that moment, we're told, in a twinkling of an eye, we're regenerated physically, we're glorified, we're renovated into our new bodies. And then in that moment, not after a period, it doesn't then zip away and then come back, but in that very moment, Jesus appears, raptures us up to be with Him, and then comes back down to the earth to then judge and usher in the third step of glorification, which is the physical world being renovated or glorified into perfect, absolute glory is the only word that we can give to it. When in that moment, the whole world is remade. Sin and the curse is removed from the world. The unrepentant and those who have not believed in the Lord Jesus Christ are cast into hell. And then the saints of God who have believed in Him for redemption are in the physical presence of Jesus in a physically remade world forever and ever and ever without end. That is the glorious inheritance that we are yet to receive full possession of.